Hi. Welcome to Barnes & Noble. Booksellers. Which is right near Canacare Docks, where I got my medical cannabis recertification taken care of this afternoon. And at Barnes & Noble, I just got a new copy of the Constitution of the United States with the Declaration of Independence and the Articles of Confederation. R.B. Bernstein. So, it also has a chronology of important dates and an index to the Constitution. Founding documents, law of the land. I have it with me all the time. I've had like 5 other ones that I either lost or gave away, you know. I just get a new one when I lose the other one, keep it in my pocket, in my back pocket. The law of the land. And now I'm going to read from Ramtha, The Elixir Called Love. New Age bullshit? Here she is. Here's Ramtha. I don't know if the whole law of attraction, the secret deal was all her, but I know that she was very instrumental in that. The little sleeve here, it says, "It is a book that allows us to see ourselves reflected in a mirror. Vulnerable." It's nice and warm in here. I can take my hat off. Oh, my hair is a mess. Look at it. What little hair I've grown back, I'm gonna let it grow now. I'm done with shaving it for a while. Or maybe forever, we'll see. Calvin just sent me in text, that's why Calvin, my friend Calvin, where the name whoa. Oops. Oopsie daisy. Sorry. Calvin, as I was about to say, cavalry. Calvin, as in Golgotha, the place of the skull, crucifixion. I will be interviewing him on Friday. Calvin, who was an interview extraordinaire, had his own show on Lynn Public Access TV. I'll be driving over to his place on Lynn to see his place and interview him. He's house sitting a dog, a little adorable dog, apparently. So I'm going to interview him about interviewing. He's sending me another text now. He was seeing if I got the $200 rebate yet. I will be doing that soon. I'll probably go to Brookline tomorrow. Or maybe I'll try the one in Lynn. We'll see. There's a dispensary in Lynn now, apparently. So I'm going to read from Ramtha, as we're arising, the sun is arising to the sign of the Ram, Aries on the ecliptic. We're about to go from Aquarius to Pisces. Aqua Osiris the father, P Isis, Pisces the mother, and the child, the Ram of R-A-M, Ra-M. Aries arise in this ascendant half of the year, and we have Eros Day tomorrow. Eros, anagram with rose. Grammar, tetragrammaton, aton the sun, A-T-O-N. As in Akhenaten. I'm like really like tilted backwards in this parking lot, so I think that's why the phone fell. I gotta be careful it doesn't do that again. It is a book that allows us to see ourselves reflected in a mirror, vulnerable, under the eye of truth and blatant honesty, wounded by our own hand and lack of knowledge. What is left of our identity, who we are, when all our hidden secrets have been brought out in the open for everyone to see? Would we still be ourselves if we did not need to hide, please, or pretend? What kind of freedom emerges when we love ourselves enough to conquer and know who we are and have the courage to be our greatest potential? And this was one of the books that was dropped on me by my friend who brought me a whole bags of books. One of them was I read the whole book of For Seen Beyond Time. So this part here, chapter 5, True Beauty and Originality, I opened to when I was at work. I have all those books still in the break room at work, and I've taken some of them. Like the Osho book I've been reading from. When blasphemy is the name of true conquest. So listen to me. Listen very carefully. I know I am touching hard and delicate places, but that is what I want to do. Now I want you to know something. Actually, I want you to know everything. Did you know that no one except the great masters of antiquity and those who were public about the teachings ever said that you too are a Christ? That was what was so outrageous, and that you are God? That was blasphemy. It is blasphemy in the West. It is blasphemy in the East. It is blasphemy in the North. And if you are truly going to conquer your image, it is real blasphemy in the South. I like it. Might as well be an original. And so, what did I care? What did I care? The same as Yeshua ben Joseph. I have a message and I am going to deliver the message. And the people who try to destroy it are destroying it because the message undermines the lifestyle that they have grown accustomed to living. And the message is, you are God. Don't you think it is time you acted like one? Now, what kind of impact does it have on your life? Well, to certain masters of antiquity, it cost them their life. I tell you, the most sublime and beautiful of men is a man who walks in grace, who is impeccable to his spiritual self, who loves himself not for the reflection in the mirror, but for what comes out of his eyes, what is spoken from his lips, what he feels in the tears that he sheds. That is a beautiful man, a man who is not ashamed to accept back 100 years everything that he has said, a man who is honest, a man who is not opportunistic, a man who uses his mind in the most brilliant of ways and understands that the most satisfying thing at the end of the day is not a roll in the hay, but to how much were you able to influence your own life from a loftier perspective. Getting a little chilly. Let's put on this one. Yes, I'm a man of many hats. Heads, hats. On the head, the hatch, the H, heaven in the head, hell of the heel, below. A great and beautiful woman is not a woman judged upon her face, her figure, like so many of you are involved in. That is not life. The natural biology of your life has given you a pleasant time in life to where you are the most beautiful and blushed with the opportunity to bear children. You have the figure, you have the breasts, you have the uterus, you have the face. That is only for a moment. That is only for the sake of capturing and copulating. But true beauty is not to do with one's body. It is the originality in the spirit, the dancing eyes, and the mind that is quick. A spirit that knows and understands challenges in life, that does not depend upon other people, does not depend upon another man, and does not spend her life trapping a man. A spiritual Christ that is female is truly an awesome thing to behold, and it is admirable and rarer than 2 moons in the sky. This is an entity self-contained within their own power who falls in love with themselves. When you love yourself, you perfect the thoughts, you perfect the actions, you perfect the dreams, that suddenly the center of your nucleus is not someone else, but yourself. The center of joy is not someone else, but yourself, and doing those things that bring to you at night a happiness and a sense of glee. That what you did was greater than your body, was greater than your genetics, it was greater than your gender. That at night you realize the great things that you lived for your day that transcended the relationships in your life, that made you wiser, more beautiful, and more spiritual. When you develop the body, oftentimes you starve the mind. You starve the mind for the sake of bodies, your chemical reactions, because you are a bag of chemicals, you know. You starve that for the fulfillment, and you think that is living. But did it ever occur to you that maybe living is a higher order? A mind that is so sharp and so powerful, it can manifest anything? Does that exclude the body? No, the body becomes the perfect temple of a great and masterful leader. Does this mean you will never have sexual relationships again? No, but it means that they will be more cherished, more real, and more in the moment, and not artificial. Does it mean that you are going to miss out on business opportunities? No, it just will make you wiser, more clever, and more knowing. You will be light years ahead of the game. Does it mean indeed that you have missed out on seeing the world? Once you have seen the world in only a microcosm of here and there, you will realize how ignorant the world really is. How many of you have understood what I have taught so far? The greatest mystery of all, the self. So, my beloved people, our study in the ancient school of wisdom was to study the greatest mystery of all. Who are we? And of course, you can never address who we are unless you address that which is termed the intricacies of the biological system to which we call we, and understand how it works. And of course then, though we can fully analyze it and dissect it, and we can see it laugh and cry in life, light, levity, Levity, leave it Y, and we see it morbid and cold and stiff in death. We have to ask ourselves, where lies then the essence that gives it animation, and then hereby is gone and has given us only that which is termed a stiff ember, a pitiful remembrance of the animation of life. What is that gave it animation? You are not your bodies. If you were, you would go to the grave. And when that undertaker sucks underneath your armpits and between your legs, starts pumping out all the blood of your body down into some sewer on that which is termed a cold stainless steel gurney, can you really say then, I was my body? Because if you were, you are going down the gurney, and you are going to the worm, and you are embalmed with chemicals that only preserve an image. But what was it, that delightful entity, that the body was the stage and all of the players that perform the play? Who was it that the body was performing the play for? Who was it that the body was performing the play for? It is that which has left the throne, and the players have no one to perform for anymore. That is what we call biological death. So as much as you have heard about the body, simply to educate you that there is no molecule, there is no peptide, There is no hormone in the body that does not carry with it an intent and information, and the information is carried to every cell in the body so that the cell can change costumes, and that we have to come back to this point then. Have we really been wrapped up in playing the part too long? Have we really taken too seriously our costume? And have we rehearsed the lines too long?
For this afternoon's classical music.
So who is the performance for?
We just listened to Frank Bridges' Suite for String Orchestra.
Suite for String Orchestra. Hare Krishna, aloha, namaste, hallelujah.